show. It's a very, very just a cheap fee. Venmo, Zelle, or Apple Pay.
It's been
Does it feel like that to you?
yeah, it feels good though. I
It's
feel
been
like
like a month.
yeah, I feel like
Because we try to do this monthly.
yeah,
Because we try to do this monthly and batch up at least like 3 weeks worth.
yeah. We went to it's connections. Okay, so obviously whenever you guys go to a conference, right?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the Dynamic Lifestyle Podcast. Chris, what is going on? I feel like we have not sat here and jammed out on some podcasts for a while.
It's been a couple weeks.
Does it feel like that to you?
Yeah, it feels good though. I
It's
feel
been like a month.
yeah, I feel like
Because we try to do this monthly and batch up at least like 3 weeks worth.
yeah. And then we went to Florida, which we're gonna talk about today.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been like about a month. Feels like a long time.
Yeah.
I feel good though. I feel like rejuvenated. Energy's up. I feel good.
Yeah, it's one of what one of our students said earlier on a call. She said something about you guys looks different. She says you guys look like more rejuvenated, just like fresh, and I kind of was like it's a great compliment, and I was saying like I felt like that. I feel like that too, but I was just saying I didn't really know that would be noticeable, on our face. I almost thought like, did I get sunburned? Did I overdo it? Like I don't know.
That's what I thought. It was like a tan, but she's like, no, it's just like a different energy. I was like, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's good because we needed that little break, which we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're going to be talking about today, guys. So hopefully you guys are doing well, staying blessed out there. And we're going to be talking about 10 things we learned in Fort Lauderdale at the International Society of Sports Nutrition Conference. So they have an annual conference that they do every single year there, and I want to say it's been like about a decade since we've gone to the last one. So we're going to be talking about like a recap of 10 things that we learned. I think this will be very valuable for you guys, and it'll be really eye-opening too because we had a lot of aha moments, and it just goes to show like what happens when you do sit there and go and create space for yourself and get out of your normal environment, your normal grind, and the juices start getting more creative and start flowing.
Yeah. We also spoke at the 2017 one in Phoenix. So,
Yeah, was it 2017 or I thought it was like earlier?
No, 2017, like 2016, 2017. But the one we went to like in Clearwater was like around 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
That was
cool.
like right after we got like our CISSN.
Yeah, time flies, right? Okay, so real quick though, before we jump into this, guys, I have to cover this. We're 2 minutes in, I almost forgot, but there is a fee to this show. It's a very, very just like cheap fee. You don't have to Venmo, Zelle, or Apple Pay us anything. It's just a simple value exchange. If you found value in this podcast, if one of these 10 things stand out to you and it's a good thing, then guys, please pay the dues and just leave us a rating and review. That'd be great on any major podcast platform, or share it out on Instagram. Tag us at Chris and Eric Martinez. That's how we're going to spread the word and just get more awareness around this podcast. So thank you. That's the fee, and that is it. So let's jump into these 10 things that we learned, man. So you want to just go back and forth like 1, 2, 1,
Bada
2.
boom, bada bang. Let's just hit that ping pong ball
Okay,
in
cool.
the podcast,
All right, go for
All
it.
right, I'll kick us off. All right, guys. So 10 things we learned in Fort Lauderdale at the International Society of Sports Nutrition. All right. Numero uno is connections. Connections. Okay. So obviously, whenever you guys go to a conference, right, there's got to be a topic or something like that piques your guys' interest, right? And with that topic is going to obviously come content, right? Which is great. You go to a conference because of those reasons, but it cannot be the sole reason you guys go to a conference just because there's a topic there or because of the content. No. That's rookie mistakes, guys. You have to go there to make new relationships and deepen further relationships that you've already had in the past.
Yeah.
So when you guys go to these conferences, just have that like mindset where it's a connection-based mindset. You know what I mean? To where it's just like you guys are going for the content, but you guys are also going kind of with a very like strategic and intentional strategy on how to make new connections and deepen relationships. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in these 10 things.
Yeah, I mean, connections are everything, and it's like there's nothing that's going to replace that. Going in person, shaking hands, having a conversation face to face. None of this Zoom stuff. Like good old school, human to human connection.
Yeah.
Okay, number two that we learned in Fort Lauderdale was to have meals delivered, like Icon Meals, right? So Icon Meals, our good buddy Todd Abrams owns this company, and they're here local in Dallas, Texas, and they are amazing. I mean, they have the most delicious meals, like a variety of meals, like they are just so spot on and just like convenient, you know, when you're traveling and stuff. So, you know, it was really good too, because like it kept he had delivered a bunch of stuff, right? A bunch of goodies to the event for the booth and table that we had, which is super generous of him. Thank you so much again, Todd. But he delivered some frozen meals, which I was a little bit worried about too, because they were frozen in like an ice package, and we couldn't give those all out in one day, so we had to take a couple back, right? And it was just super convenient, you know, just having those. And they're, you know, number one, it keeps you like to be accountable, eat healthy, make a better option and decision, and literally not spend like an arm and leg on different restaurants. Because I kid you not, guys, like there was like a Starbucks at that hotel where like a coffee was like $6.
Robbery.
Like $6, and then like for like a bagel or just something, it was like another $5. So it's like you're paying $12, $13 with tax for a coffee and like a piece of bread. Like, what a joke. I mean, it's crazy. So you have to be a little bit more strategic and plan out your meals. And if that means, you know, invest into a great meal prep company like Icon Meals, then so be it. You guys are going to save a lot of money. And number two, like I said, you guys are going to hold yourself accountable and make better decisions health-wise.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so number 3 is find a local gym. Okay, so again, even though you go to a conference, if it's a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, or if you guys extended like, you know, the stay there to make it like business and pleasure as well too, like just find a local gym. You know, like if there's a hotel that you're staying at and it's a good, well-equipped gym, okay, cool. You know, that's a bonus for you guys. If you guys are staying like an Airbnb, then find a local gym, right? And what you guys can do, I mean, obviously the first option is because just because you guys go to a conference doesn't mean that you sit there and slack off, like, right? That getting the workout in is great for your guys' mental and physical health, right? Going into those conferences with good energy, confidence, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You guys do some arm pumps for the guys and bust out of the shirts when you guys shake people's hands there. Ladies, pump up the glutes and stuff like that. I'm just kidding. But you know, you guys know what I'm saying though. Just continue to work out, stay healthy for your guys' physical and mental well-being. But the second thing is what you guys can do is be creative. If you guys have a social media presence, is negotiate with the local gym that you'll shout them out, or you'll do a couple of social media posts or some stories in exchange for a free trial pass for 3 or 4 days. Most gym owners, they won't like know how to really handle that, because most people won't go to them and ask them that. But just be different. And if they say no, oh well, then you just pay the trial fee. But you guys lost nothing, because that's what you do is you leverage your guys' social media, and you guys can get stuff like that for free.
I think most people are afraid to ask them.
I think so too, or they don't know how to ask. You know?
Number 4, the fourth thing we learned was continue to work. So again, find 2 deep work hours, like 2 blocks, you know, that you guys can fulfill within the context of that day in the conference. And there really is no excuse, whether it's like, you know, right before in the morning the conference starts, or even after, or it could be even like during a lunch break. You know, there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time to sit there and fulfill gaps to continue to work and move the needle forward in your business. It doesn't mean that just business stops and completely is just like irrelevant. If you have a full team that's going to cover all that, okay, cool, that's different. But again, I would still say find some time to just continue to work and get stuff done as much as possible.
Exactly. Okay, number 5 is be a giver and add value. Okay, so you guys have probably heard before, you know, be a giver, not a taker. So that's exactly like what we're talking about in this one is just be a giver and really give people value, right? So go in with that giving mentality. And this kind of correlates to what I talked about in number 1 with connections, and going in there with a strategic type of like strategy to have new connections and then deepen further ones you guys want to deepen, right? So really it's like have the mindset of how can you add value or help someone, instead of how can I benefit or someone can help me out, right? And too many people go into these conferences with like that latter type of mindset is how can I benefit or someone can help me out, right? No, like literally how can you add value or how can you help somebody out there, right? I promise if you guys go in with that type of mentality and be more of a giver and add value instead of a taker, you guys are going to really connect with a lot of good people, and they're going to see that you're special, right? And they're going to want to work with you, right? And that could be a really good relationship going down the road, and just even further to deepen that relationship.
I know, my bad. I know you're probably like, dude, why did you do that? Just really quick, and we'll be back to that video. I just want you to join our free Facebook group community for health and fitness coaches looking to get more online clients. So just click the link below in the description box, join it absolutely free. We got some cool stuff in there, a lot of videos, do live trainings every couple of months on there. And we got some cool freebies on there. So just make sure to click the link below, join our free Facebook group for health and fitness coaches that want to level up and get more online clients to create more income, impact, influence, independence. Back to the video.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, honestly, like if you're not going in with a giving mentality, then it's just you got to kind of question that, right? Where's your integrity? Where's your honor? Where are your values at? Because I mean, everyone there is just going to go learn. Like I'm hoping most of the people there are trying to just give as well too.
Right.
So it's just kind of weird if you go in there with like a taking mentality. Just that kind of just does not sit well with me. Number 6, the 6th thing that we learned was make your investment back, somehow. So I get it, guys. Traveling is not cheap, especially nowadays. Flights are not cheap, hotels aren't cheap, food isn't cheap, all that stuff, like paying for wherever you guys go, the event, conference, seminar, whatever it is, like it all adds up. I understand it is an expense, but this is where you can just be kind of ninja and just do something different where you guys can make that money back and just break even, or just even if you don't have to pay, like maybe if you just make half of it back or 75%, great, that's a win. So do something different, like plan ahead of time and maybe have like a workshop a day before or the day after the event. It could be like a 2 to 3 hour workshop where you're just giving value. You can charge for that, or you can just do one for free and then pitch people into like your coaching, your program, whatever it is. But again, you're still trying to monetize. Or I would say you could even do like a lunch type of thing, right? Where you host like a lunch. It could be just like something where it's just like a group workout. I mean, just anything to make the money back.
I'm laughing because you said lunch right here, but that's a good idea too. You can do that, but it says launch.
No, yeah, but I mean, I know it said launch, but I'm just coming up with random ideas.
Oh, okay. I thought you got that mixed up with lunch.
No, it could be like a lunch and learn type thing. I mean,
that's good.
Like just be creative. You don't have to charge an arm and leg for it. But it's like, why not?
No, that's good. Okay, that's why I was laughing. But
I can read.
You guys can do a launch too, though, right? So like, if you guys have a lower end product or something like that, like the week before, or while you guys are there, right, and say it's like automated and it's hands off, you guys can do a launch right there to recuperate some of that expense that you guys did for going to the conference. The last thing you can do is put out there to your guys' social media following your list that you guys are doing like a VIP day. So where it's like you're doing a half a day, like type of VIP intensive day with somebody, and you guys can charge a higher premium for that, and you guys can rent out an office space and take someone through a workout, go grocery shopping, take them in the office, build out their nutrition program. But you guys can do something like that, and that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Okay, number 7 is mix in business and pleasure. So guys, when you guys go to these conferences, right, they're long days, and it's really exhausting and it's a lot of work.
Especially when you have a booth and table there,
man, it's a lot of talking. We loved it, but it's very exhausting, very time, like energy costly, right? So even consuming content there and just all ideas you get, everything's very draining about going to conferences. So
it's safe to say that you had like tequila shots and beers, a glass of wine every day after.
We had a shot of Casamigos that Saturday when it all ended. You know what I mean? That was like a cheers to
that was like a celebratory type of shot.
Because we put like literally, guys, this whole entire like booth idea like 2.5 weeks away. It was a grind.
Short timing.
And it worked out well, but mixing business and pleasure, go out, treat yourself out to like dinner. That's why it's good having like icon meals or like a meal prep or something like that. Like you can have that for lunch, and then breakfast you guys can eat like some oatmeal, and you guys can have like a shake or something like that. This way you guys just really just pay for one meal out, but you want to explore the city that you guys are at too. We were in Fort Lauderdale. There's this really cool area called Los Olas, right? Mm-hmm. And they had a lot of restaurants there, really cool like vibe and stuff like that. So we wanted to go out there and like have some fun too, get a couple beers like after each day and stuff like that, and just explore Fort Lauderdale. So make sure to mix in some business and pleasure when you guys go to these conferences.
Yep. Okay, number 8, the 8th thing that we learned was strike while the iron is hot. So get back that week to people you built relationships with. So for example, like Chris and I, right? We were very intentional as to who we wanted to meet with and just, have certain conversations with. We have a big vision on what we want to do within the context of helping the ISSN and just other educational programs with our expertise and what we do with our coaching programs. So we are very intentional about that. So when you guys have those conversations with certain people, make sure it's your job to follow up. It's not their job to remember and follow up, okay? So be very, very just like diligent about that. Like create a CRM system, have it on a spreadsheet, all the details, the date, what was the conversation, when was the next meeting supposed to be, all that stuff. And then again, if you meet new people there, which you should be meeting new people, right? Take their card, whatever they give you guys in terms of like what they have on you, just write that stuff down, take a picture of it, but then again, input into your CRM system and follow up, right? And it might not lead to anywhere, but still, those are connections that might pay off later down the road. That's the thing, guys. Like, stop thinking about instant gratification or instant outcomes. Like, this is a long game you're playing. You just never know when those people that you meet, that you have a great conversation with, maybe you have a drink with, maybe you have dinner with, like a bite to eat, a laugh, they might come in handy to reach out for their help at some point later down the road. So definitely, strike while the iron's hot. Get back to those people right away because they're fresh in your mind, and then just nurture those relationships going forward.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off that, number 9 was going to be kind of what you mentioned. Create a spreadsheet, and take pictures of like the cards, right? Or keep them like in an envelope or something, right? But you guys want to have the cards too with the spreadsheet because sometimes you forget what they do and there's a lot of information on that card. But yeah, just a simple spreadsheet with their name, the date you met them, what they did, what their name is, best contact info, whether it's email, name, and then a note section of like what you guys like followed up on, what you guys discussed, or how you could potentially help them out. And then you just nurture that relationship like every couple of weeks or every single month and see where it goes.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so number 10, the 10th lesson, the final one that we learned was have something good to give out. And this is, again, guys, where you guys are going in with a giving mentality to give value. So it could be business cards, it could be a book, it could be a value offer that you create, right? So some form of lead magnet, a checklist, ebook, whatever it is you guys want to create. But then, or, have like a QR code to scan too, because let's be honest and real, guys. Like, we're all on our phones, right? We're so used to scanning QR codes, especially after COVID, going to restaurants and stuff. So, I mean, QR codes are definitely hot right now, and I don't think those are going anywhere. So, very easy to do, like on Fiverr, just whatever, different platforms that you can create that, Canva. So, get into that QR code game. And they even have digital business cards too, where you guys can create your entire, like, offerings, platform information on a QR code that is in the form of a digital card. So definitely have something to give out when you guys are there.
Yep. And then since we're feeling good, we just got back from Fort Lauderdale, we got a little bit of tan, feel a little bit more energetic. I'm going to give you guys a bonus on what we learned too, okay? So the next time you guys go to a conference or something like that, apply for some sort of mileage credit card, right? Or a credit card where you guys get points back or rewards back for like hotels or anything travel, anything like that, because you guys could put the expense of the whole entire conference on there. Say like the whole thing costs you maybe $2,000. You guys can put that on a credit card, pay it off right away, and you start playing that game where you accumulate like the mileage cards and then the rewards and points. And then next time you guys go to another conference, you guys get those points to use on the flight or a hotel, and that's how you take advantage of using credit and these credit cards that have like the rewards.
Well, eventually this stuff is like, it could be free.
Yeah,
it could be free, like traveling, traveling expenses, just anything. That's why it comes in handy. But
that's how you get smart with this.
You guys got to be strategic. Don't go and spend it on like all the fancy, schmancy, high-end brands and purses, watches, and rent cars for the day, take pictures, live a laptop lifestyle that's fake. Don't do that, guys.
Rent a Lamborghini. Like in Fort Lauderdale.
But I know our listeners know better than that. But that's a great bonus tip. But cool. Yeah, guys, I think that's it. That's it. I want to keep this one short and sweet with like our 10 lessons, aha moments, all that stuff, because it's good. It's good, like I said at the beginning, to get out of your normal just environment, your work environment, just living situation, everything, to create some space mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. We got to do that more often. And to me, it just it was very eye-opening, and even more eye-opening to go to more in-person conferences, right? Because again, everyone wants to dominate the online game, but it doesn't work like that. You should be dominating the in-person game within your radius, or even different conferences, and the online game as well too. And I promise you, all those handshakes, all those smiles, all those conversations will pay off going forward at some point.
There's something so special about that, right?
There is.
It's just that energy transfer, just like looking at somebody, shaking their hand, having a laugh with them, and just vibing and bonding with them. I mean, man.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to remember the eyebrows. They're going to remember the caterpillar eyebrows.
Of course.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of one set, they got 2 sets.
Yeah. Exactly. You don't remember those tattoos too, those jail tattoos? No, those guys have jail tattoos.
All right, guys. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. But hopefully these helped, and pay the fee if this was helpful. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Talk to you guys soon.